Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello and welcome to another week's episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And we have a whole lot to talk about this week. We have some driver announcements. We have some races to cover. We have some future racing announcements. And just, a whole lot of stuff going on. So, without further ado, Taylor, you seem sad today. What's wrong with you?
I'm just really broken up about the driver announcements, guys. Sargeant's gone. Can you believe it?
Yes.
Yeah, he was asked what a kilometer was and couldn't answer it, so they had to kick him out. Actually, it was past the 10 millimeter socket, and he didn't know what that was either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
No. Americans can do millimeters up to like 10. They can definitely do 9.
Oh,
After
jeez.
that,
Wow,
it's
okay.
That took you longer than I thought.
It
wasn't a whole.
I was not sure where you
wasn't
could
a
go
long
with that.
break.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, so yes, big news out of this week, and probably I think everything is Logan Sargeant's out, and he's being replaced. Who's he being replaced by again?
Colapinto.
Colapinto.
Who is an Argentinian F2 driver? Who is where is he doing in F2? How's he doing? Does anyone know?
Like 6th.
Oh my
So
gosh. So scraping the bottom of the barrel.
So the
basically,
guy with
for
the
what they
biggest
can
check.
afford. Yeah. No, this is what happened. Liam Lawson, too expensive on loan from Red Bull. They wanted too much. Williams, no money.
Logan.
Colapinto?
No.
Money?
Mick Schumacher. Too much of a risk of wrecking the car.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Might self-destruct car. Shit. At that point, we may as well keep Logan. We at least pay him less.
Yeah. Franco Alejandro Colapinto. That was pretty good. Yeah.
I think when that came out, we all went, who?
Honestly,
I mean, my first thought was when you see the name Franco, I was like, they're gonna bring him in for they're gonna bring in an Italian for an Italian race. Makes sense. That's smart.
no.
No.
So. Yeah,
But like in the end, is it the worst move ever? If he doesn't wreck any cars, no.
Okay. Here's a question. Does he? Two questions. Does he wreck the car this weekend at any free practice session, qualifying, or race? And how far off is he from 19 in qualifying?
Ooh.
Or assuming someone maybe wrecks out, how far off is he from the guy ahead of him in qualifying?
2 seconds.
Does he make the
Big
100?
learning.
Does he make the 107% rule?
Oh.
What is that?
That's a rule in F1. There's like 107%. You have to be within like 107% of the leader, or else you need to have like a signed off waiver to say, yeah, you can race. It almost always happens.
Oh, I see.
Like, it's just the only time it ever like is an issue if like new guy in the car, or guy is an issue in qualifying, or like they just barely make out, or wet weather or something like that. A whole bunch of things happen, but generally there's like this whole 107% rule, which is kind of like if you're beyond that, it's a bad qualifying and you're slow.
I feel like he'll make that. I think he'll be 3 seconds off, though, from the car in front of him.
I was gonna say 2.5, so I feel like that's kind of we're kind of the same ballpark there.
Wow. I'm the most optimistic about it.
At 2. Yeah.
That's not good.
Watch him out qualify fucking Albon, and we're just gonna be like jaws on the floor. But yeah, I feel bad for Logan Sargeant. I thought he actually was coming around and getting pace as the season went on. He had outqualified Sergio Perez multiple times this year. And his pace, I didn't think was terrible.
The worst.
Like, he wasn't consistently last. Right?
Where's
Yeah.
his results this
I'm trying
year?
to pull up his results.
Yeah. Well, he did have a point finish, which is more than I would have thought.
He did?
He did. Somewhere.
He did?
He scored 1 point.
Oh, was it a sprint race?
Oh, maybe that's why I don't remember it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Probably was. I don't know. I mean,
Like,
I feel like
how many times has he finished 20th out of 20 cars running this whole season?
Yes.
so often.
Twice.
Twice?
He's only finished twice 20th when he has actually finished the race.
And 2 DNFs, so I don't remember exactly. So he's got a 19th as well.
Yeah.
16, 17, 17, 11, 15, 17, 17, 17, 14.
I don't
Factor
think
in the fact-
I don't think Sargent's deserving the sack. I'm sorry.
Factor in the fact that he's in a Williams, and it's like, yeah, okay, it's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, like,
it's not Mazepin or Mick in the Haas years.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for him because, like, I think, you know, there's only so much you can do in a car like the Williams car where it's significantly behind in development. And, you know, he was newer to F1. It's not like Albon, who's been around for, like, a few years with different experiences in different cars. Like, he's not the best on the grid by far, obviously, but I think it's just kind of unfortunate.
Like, no offense, Albon only has 4 points this year. Albon's 18th in the championship. Sargent's 20th. So, like,
Well, he's not that far behind. Then, really.
Really, he isn't. Like, performance-wise, yeah, he's not beating Albon, but Albon's not smoking him.
And
It's not like
Sargent's
they're
still
losing money.
Sargent's
Mhm.
still beating Bottas, who is 21st in the because of Ollie Behrman.
Oh, right.
Yep. Well, now you're going to have a 22nd driver join the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Who finishes higher at the end of the year, Sargent or Colapinto?
I believe it goes based on alphabetical.
Well, I was gonna say,
So
I
it's
think
going to be
I think
Colapinto immediately jumps to 19th in the championship. That's why they did it. It's
this
because
doesn't look alpha. What alphabet are you working off of here?
is it first name or last name?
Doesn't matter. Sargent shouldn't be there where he is. Then, because you have Guan Yu Zhou, who has G or Z. Either way, one of the Kick Saubers is in front of him. And one is behind.
GLV. That's the Guangyu is the first name. Logan, Valtteri. It's because it's backwards.
Oh, because it's backward. Okay, sure.
I
Steven, it's
see.
your culture.
Yeah, but like the way they're listing it on here,
Yes.
I think it might also be like actual finishing position. But you know,
No, it's never. It's actually it's based on alphabetical when you don't have a point.
okay.
So the genius move by Williams promotes them
One spot.
into 19th with their second driver. Genius.
Yes, but okay. Sure.
It is a galaxy brain move, okay?
Sure.
Regardless,
Sure,
it sucks.
sure.
And it's always like, I don't know. I feel like they should have just stuck it out for the rest of the season with him.
As much as I agree, money.
Yeah, that's fair.
And depending on how much he's bringing, and you know, we know Argentina is very passionate, shall we say, of their racing,
So
especially
over
this year.
under, over under how many weeks before the death threats start?
I don't even know who the death threats are gonna be. Like, okay, here's a
I don't
question:
know.
if Colapinto and Max Verstappen somehow end up in the same track together, I assume it'll be Max lapping him for the third time, and they collide. Is this like the start of World War III? If their fan bases go at it, get the Argentinians and the Dutch.
Okay, here's the thing though. Like that's actually so real because those fan bases are like so passionate. They're nasty, hardcore fans. It was so funny because my brain was immediately going to like, what if like Colapinto had like a rookie moved and took out Verstappen? Like, war would ensue.
Yes, you thought the Falklands were bad.
Jeez.
Oh no, the
Just
Argentinians invaded Amsterdam.
a bunch of orange, the orange army, just
Literally running across the water.
with all of their like clouds of.
It's just the flares over the water. It's like, huh, what is that smoke?
Orange flares that are banned, but people still bring them.
Oh, it's weird. How do they sneak them? No, never mind.
You know how they sneak them in? Because the security that gets hired for these F1 events literally don't do their jobs. They just be like, they'll ask you, do you have any firearms?
Security
They'll say
doesn't
no.
do their jobs at all unless it's me at the fucking Honda Indy where they're like, no, you can't bring a water bottle in. The fuck? Anyway, I'm still pissed off about that.
Wait, since when? They had
Yes.
refillable water stations, though. Okay,
I couldn't even bring it. They didn't even let me bring an empty water bottle in. The guy was a dick. Anyway.
Those rent-a-cops.
Fucking rent-a-cops. Anyway, yeah, so Sargeant out. Colapinto in. I don't know how any other notes on this.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that they've already spelled his name wrong on the pit lane?
Yes, I did see
Nice.
that. Is it Colapinto?
It's Colapinto, not
boy.
Colapinto.
Well, there's where your death threats start.
Oh,
Whoever is
the
is on the
Italians.
signs.
Actually, here's a question. Is that... Let's see if there's any death threats under that. Colapinto, searching on Twitter. Well, everything's in Argentinian, so I can't see shit.
Don't you have translate? It won't automatically translate?
Yeah, but I can't find... You know, I don't know which ones to translate, because there's just a whole bunch of hyped up Argentinians. So, you know, I cannot wait for him to join the grid. I think it's going to be fantastic, just for the lore.
The lore.
The lore of F1. Yeah, we had a schism because of the Argentinians.
A schism.
The Perez also lost his seat, so the Mexicans joined the Argentinians, and, you know, all hell broke loose. Brazilians joined because they don't have a driver. Americans joined because they don't have a driver. Man, it's just going to be World War III all over.
Well, the Americans would at least have like some ground to stand on because people were arguing about Colapinto's super license points.
Oh boy.
They are
that
questionable.
That whole argument came up again with how basically the Americans get screwed in terms of their series. So
Doesn't he have the super license points, though, because he won, like, F4?
He technically does, I think. I don't know. I've seen like so many different breakdowns, and there's so many like he got 2 points for good behavior, not getting any penalties. And it's like, okay, sure. I don't know.
That's a thing.
Apparently, I don't know.
Wait,
That's
seriously?
the equivalent of being slow.
I'm literally on a Reddit thread that is and I've got like 5 or 6 different breakdowns. So there's 1 bonus point for British GP free practice, 2 bonus points for a penalty-free 2023 F3 season. Hang on, let me go back to when he actually did race that, because I'm pretty sure he had like 3 races. So you're really going to give him points for that, if that's the case? Where is it here? Yeah, Formula 2 2023. He raced twice. Well, sorry, did I say Formula 3 or Formula 2?
You said 2.
Formula 3. No, I said penalty-free 2023 F3 season. Okay, so he at least raced 18.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
he actually won a couple. Okay.
Yes.
2 points.
Wait.
completing
So
a
what
5
year was he
championship.
penalty free, Steven?
2023 in F3.
He has a disqualification.
It's all made up, and the points don't matter. If you're European, and do the feeder series,
He's Argentinian.
it's all made up in. Or no, you're in the European season.
Okay.
Or series.
Apparently-
Sorry.
Did you guys know that you could get 5 super license points just by winning the Macau Grand Prix?
Yes.
What the heck?
Macau was a fucking amazing race. I'd love to go there.
Interesting.
Is it still a little bullshit that you get 5 points for that, but you don't even score as many points for winning an IndyCar series?
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
you get a full, I think, 40 for winning IndyCar.
Oh, okay.
But if you're
You do get
second in
40.
IndyCar, you get like 6. Or some bullshit
Yeah.
number. It
No,
drops off
you get
huge.
30. No, you get 30.
For what? Winning?
40 for second. 40 for first, 30 for second, 20 for third, 10 for fourth, and then 8, 6. Like, it's actually pretty... makes sense for IndyCar.
You know top 3 in F3 get 40 points?
Yep,
Or is it
I know.
F2?
I can see
Yeah.
it right now.
Yeah.
No,
like,
it's F2.
like, yeah, it's bullshit. Top 3 and
Yeah,
top
it
5
is.
in IndyCar should get 40 points. Considering
Yeah, it's a pretty...
F1 is the IndyCar feeder series. Speaking of, welcome to IndyCar Logan Sargeant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the top. If you come top 3 in F2, you get a super license basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, I fucking hate this whole system. Honestly, I'd respect it with no super license, and they're just like, yeah, he's got money. Sure, okay. Oh. So,
Yeah.
alas, here we are.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was the only other little bit of bullshit, and because part of me was like, this is because I think he is under the Williams umbrella, right? So part of me was like, this could actually be like a 5D chess move where he's in contention to win F2, so you take him out of F2, put him in F1. So that way you can dump him back into F2 next year, because if he was to somehow win out this year and win F2, you couldn't stick him back in F2. Like it would have been
you're
brilliant.
giving Williams too much credit.
Yes. If he was closer, I'd say maybe they were smart enough to think about that, and it's just a good way to not promote your prospects too far.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has he has a mathematical chance to win. He doesn't have a realistic chance to win.
That's fair.
So,
and I guess we should just talk about like Logan Sargent's final race weekend and what probably resulted in him getting sacked. His massive wreck in FP3 on the weekend,
yes.
Dutch Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've never seen a car like spin and just hit like that and just come apart. That was probably one of the nastier wrecks of the F1 season.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked pretty gnarly.
Oh,
Honestly, the most exciting part of that entire fucking weekend. Because I'm going to say it, fucking Zandvoort fucking sucks as a track. I cannot stand it.
no.
No.
Why not?
It's boring as fuck. You do not have a good, like, passing zones. You only have turn 1.
Yeah.
Hungary is called what? Monaco Hood Barriers? Hungary has more action on the track than Zandvoort does.
Like
Yeah, that's
Dutch
true.
money.
No. And the entire selling point of this track is, but it has banked turns.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, like,
Yeah.
You know what banked turns create? 1 lane.
Yeah. No passing.
No, like there's 0 passing. You really have to get a good run to get a guy into 1. Yeah, it's just it's a frustrating track. I do not enjoy the racing there. Qualifying there I think is fine. I think it's a very good qualifying circuit. You know, it has one where you can't really put a tire wide or dip it in the dirt or anything. Has natural. It's not all paved. But just racing there, these cars do not race well on that track.
Fair enough. Yeah. The bankings, I don't know. It looks interesting, and I'm sure F1 fans get a kick out of it, but...
What was the most exciting part of the F1 race this weekend? that you remember?
It was coming down the main straight and K-Mag just getting blown past by like 5 guys.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
In terms of like performance wise, what was the performance of the race that got you like, oh, this is really fun to watch?
Good
None of
question.
them.
Hamilton coming from like 10 points, 10
maybe,
places
yeah.
back or whatever, and fighting his way through the field. Still only got up to where he basically cleared all of Formula B.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
it was nice to see Leclerc get a podium,
Yeah, that's fair.
which
yeah.
I think even he was surprised about.
That's fair. But yeah, 20-second lead for Norris.
Yeah.
No fight for the
Did you
win.
see? Did you see the clip of Verstappen and Leclerc in the cool down room talking to each other?
No.
Leclerc asked Verstappen like how much further ahead he was, and he said 20 seconds, and you could just see Leclerc's face like, oh my gosh, like
Fuck.
like they know that the McLaren is that much further ahead, and they're probably like trying to figure out like what the heck did they do to that car to make it so fast.
Yeah. Probably cheated. It's McLaren. That's what they do.
Nah.
Zach
Nah.
Brown probably cheated.
But like honestly, it was not a very good race. Like
It's kind of forgettable. Like I never really look forward to the Dutch Grand Prix, so like I watched it, but I didn't really like pay attention because it was like hard to keep my attention, you know? Because like at some points I was like, this is like watching paint dry.
honestly, I think highest mover of the race was Hamilton, who started 14th and finished 8th. Gained 6 spots. Cool. Sainz gained 5. Leclerc gained 3. Yeah. Not a whole lot really in that race. It's just Dutch Grand Prix.
Yep.
But this week we get the exciting Italian Grand Prix.
Ah, the Italian Grand Prix. The one where we never know what's going to happen.
Okay, this weekend's going to be nuts. I already guarantee it.
It is. It is. That's
Always
why
nuts.
Colapinto's gonna win.
Honestly, no. Okay, so you have the Colapinto thing. You have the fucking safety car already fucking crashing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You have just the Italian Grand Prix, and Ferrari's in black for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Their car is still
Weird.
red, but they are in black.
Should have stripped it. Strip all the paint off. Carbon fiber only.
Honestly, they probably fucking should have. So I have no idea what the hell is going on there. And maybe
Well,
they're mourning
and-
their season.
Yep. And the French are protesting. So, shocking.
What are the French protesting now?
The Alpine team, let me find it here because this was a little later in the day, but the Alpine F1 French factory workers plan peaceful protest at Italian Grand Prix. So that's a thing. Basically, it's because they're possibly going to the customer side of things rather than the manufacturing side of engines.
Alpine, Renault, Lotus is such an unserious team.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, and also we forgot the Haas thing from last weekend. Where they almost had their cars impounded.
Oh, yes.
Because
yes.
fucking
Oh,
Ural Kalai or whatever fucking was like, oh, you owe us money?
Uralkali or whatever.
The Russians
Yeah,
came back
that's
for
so
more
dumb.
money.
Yeah. You know that money is going to go probably to, killing some Ukrainians, apparently. Fuck you, Russia. But yeah. That's a weird one, eh? Because I'm like, usually sponsors pay you. You don't pay sponsors. So...
What was really going on there?
I wonder if there was some clause in the contract that basically said if you fire my kid, you have to pay us X number of dollars or something.
Maybe. Well, it was also technically a sponsorship deal break, so
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a million clauses that it could have been where they were Haas was owing money to them. So.
But yeah, it definitely was a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry to take a tangent away there. But yeah, definitely weird weekend for Monza, I think. I already have my predictions for winners. I've put my money down.
And who has been cursed?
Yes.
A Ferrari?
No.
All the above.
Did you curse a McLaren?
No.
A Mercedes?
No.
You think Verstappen's gonna win?
No.
What the fuck
It
did
is
you bet?
Monza. It is Monza. Anyone can fucking win.
That is true. That is very true. I mean, this is the one that Gasly won a few years ago, so you never know.
Fucking Ricardo won it in a fucking dog shit McLaren.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if everyone forgets that win.
Oh, he's put money on Lance Stroll or something.
No,
stupid.
I didn't put money
Oh.
on Stroll. Stupider.
Stupider?
How is that?
Colapinto.
Not that dumb. Not that dumb. You're in the same team. It's not that team.
Oh, Albon. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
That's a little wild.
It's like a $500 payout, like a $2 bet. So I'm like, fuck it.
Oh yeah, why not?
It's Monza. Fuck it. Because I missed my fucking mark apparently this week with Daytona.
Yeah.
Oh.
He bet on Bush.
I didn't
Oh.
bet.
Oh, you didn't bet. Okay.
No, because it's like, what's my usual strategy for super speedways?
Take the long shots.
You
Hope for
throw
the best.
fucking $1 or something on a long shots, and you take a couple guys, and like, you know, whatever happens, happens.
Harrison
Oh,
Burton
boy.
wins.
I would have 100% of fucking took him. Ah, the one time the strategy would have actually 100% paid off. And it's like, God fucking damn it. I hate betting so much. Because the second you don't do something and win, you just want to fucking, ugh. You just want Williams to take you out back and treat you like Logan Sargeant.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
So anyway, yeah.
But yeah, that has turned the NASCAR playoff grid.
Don't
into
even
a
get me
bit of
started on
a
NASCAR playoffs.
shit
Don't
show.
even get me fucking started. Oh, if you thought the 3 didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, and all of a sudden now, fucking Harrison Burton does,
Yeah. See,
they both should be in.
It's just again goes to show that the NASCAR playoff format is so dumb.
I'm okay with playoffs. I just don't really like the win you're in kind of side of it.
Yeah, I feel like there should be a different way to like determine who makes the playoffs. Like I guess like the top whoever, like
Yeah.
an automatic like a win shouldn't be the automatic like all right, you're in the playoffs, that's that. Because like there's other people who like
I
have
will-
more consistent.
I will give Harrison Burton, though, 100% benefit of the doubt in this win. It was a natural win, had 0 overtime, went race distance. He got the checker flag when he was supposed to, first guy there. And you know what?
Yep.
Yeah, he earns that win. Should that make the playoffs? I don't know if the guy who was dead last
Yeah.
in fucking points
Yeah,
jump up and make the
34th.
playoffs. So, like, I think he's the last chartered car before that race.
He is. He still is. I think he's still like 33rd.
You know how much fucking money he won his team for winning that race?
The team
Oh,
that
so
isn't even going to employ him next year.
Yep.
You talking about that team?
Yep.
Oh jeez. Yeah, like I feel like there's just a different way to do it. Like, okay, sure. Have the playoffs, whatever. But like change the rules as to like who makes it. Cuz I feel like you should always bet on one-off wins happening in the NASCAR season.
It should happen. I think you should be rewarded if you can randomly win a race. It should be a fucking... You should have pride to win a race in NASCAR. You should not show up and be like, well, we're just going to ride around, maybe, like... Yeah, we're going to try our best. If we're a 20-place car, we're a 20-place car. We're trying. We're a small team. But if we can get a win... Like, some of
Yeah.
NASCAR's best moments are smaller teams getting those wins.
Yeah, which is definitely like it's really good to see, and of course you want to like still cultivate that pride within the teams. Like, you know, it's a big deal to win a race. Like it's never not a big deal.
Yeah. And then you have so much drama after the race too. Like, I don't know how much do you guys follow the NASCAR Twitter stuff going around after the race? Anything?
What specifically? Because I
Well,
caught
you got Lee
pieces.
Diffie
There's so
hate.
much NASCAR Twitter.
Who? Whoa! Time out. Who was hating on Lee Diffie?
People that don't like a non-redneck sounding guy calling a NASCAR race.
Are you kidding me? That was an amazing call.
It was such a good call.
Okay, because this is a two-sided thing. Because I think NASCAR
Okay, hold on. Please explain to me what happened because I didn't see this.
So like Lee Diffie is out of IndyCar, right? And he went to go do the NASCAR. He's covering
Right,
that. He's
yeah.
doing commentary for NASCAR rest of the
Yeah.
season. And he was calling
Right.
the
Okay,
race.
I know that part.
And then
Yes.
the finish of the race, coming to the line, it's just such a good, natural, high energy call. And like I love the line that's like what was it? Jeff, your son's done it.
Yeah, well, because Jeff Burton
Is
Harrison
beside
Burton's
him.
dad
He's
is
standing
right
right
next to him, and
beside
he's not saying anything because he's too busy like fist pumping.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so happy. That's so.
Did you see
could
them jumping
anybody
up and
hate on
down
him?
in the booth?
Yeah, the booth
How
shot
could
is
anybody
amazing.
hate on that? That's so wholesome.
Because Lee Diffie is Australian, and therefore
Ugh.
doesn't sound
Brilliant
like
people.
America. There were
Okay,
people
well,
that
you
did
know
not
what?
that did not like him calling the race. I'm like, you're wrong. You're just flat out wrong. Lee Diffie is one of the best commentators in all of sport, and we should be so happy that he is in motorsports. Even when he
We
does
should
the
be happy
fucking
that he's doing
Olympics.
NASCAR.
Even when he does the
Yeah.
Olympics, it is golden.
Yes, I agree. Like I oh, that's so sad to hear. That is so sad because I don't get it. Why would you hate on that? And
Idiots.
he's great.
Then
like
there's the Parker Retzlaff also, that controversy. We can get to after.
What was
Sorry,
the
what-
controversy?
I
Oh,
mean-
I was just gonna say because NASCAR Chasm put it perfectly. It's like listening to Lee Diffie's calls sometimes. It's almost like he's a time traveler, and he went forward, watched the race, and then came back with notes so he knew what to say. But then you realize he's doing that in the moment, or maybe he is a time traveler and we're outing him right now.
Honestly,
Oh.
time travel would make sense to me.
Maybe he's that guy in that photo that everybody is like says proves that time travel exists.
The time traveling hipster. That
Yeah.
photo? Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's Lee Diffie.
Yeah. Anyway, great call, great finish of the race. Really happy actually for Harrison Burton's win.
Mhm.
Don't want to talk about the playoff shit. We'll talk about the next weekend of the season. Okay.
Yep.
I don't want to go into that now.
Yep.
But
Sounds good.
then there's fucking shit with Parker Retzlaff again. Small team pushing him to the win, but he's pushing a Ford?
A Ford as a
And-
Chevy.
and he's a Chevy. And apparently he got in trouble by Chevy from that. Like,
Oh, because Kyle Busch is in a Chevy and he's still not
not in the playoffs. So he's not going to be. Kyle Busch is probably not going to make the playoffs. He didn't get a win, and Chevy's actually really pissed off that another Chevy pushed a Ford.
Okay.
And Parker Retzlaff's like, I'm just going for a fucking win.
Yeah.
Like, I support that 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think a
You know what,
manufacturer. If you don't like it, don't fucking lose.
Yeah. You know what Kyle Busch could have done better is win. They were the better line off of the restart. I thought he was going to win. Based on how him and Chris Bell were working together, that bottom line looked hooked up, and the second lap, they just didn't. Maybe here's the other thing. Like maybe this is Toyota saying, who would we rather face in the playoffs? Do we want to face Kyle Busch or Harrison Burton? Hey, Chris, back off a little bit. Don't push him.
Maybe.
Because that line looked really messed up on the second lap.
Could have been the side draft too, though.
Could be the side draft. No, but again, like, how do you say? I'd know who I'd rather face.
Yes, 100%.
So gets us a little further, especially when you have a guy like, so you have two teammates, Ty Gibbs and Martin Truex, who are currently in on points, but could also easily be out on points if someone, or Truex should be okay. Gibbs may or may not.
Realistically, though, I feel like Bell would have actually tried to push Kyle Busch.
Yes.
Former
yes, they were
teammate, you
teammates.
know the guy.
They were
like,
yes, but if we're doing all these teams things, team orders
manufacturer
essentially.
orders, apparently.
Who's to say that Toyota wasn't like, hey, let's think about this here, guys.
Yeah.
If we're just gonna throw random conspiracy theories and start penalizing drivers for shit.
But something like actually, he is actually getting punished because he was just trying to win a race.
Yeah.
And I think it's how terrible this super speedway package has become, that it almost becomes a manufacturer duel. And it's not the same packs that you used to have back in the day. It's basically 2 trains, and you have to guess which line you're in. And if you're pushing a guy in the line and he wins, well, now you might be penalized because you didn't push a guy that was your proper manufacturer. So what are you going to see in Talladega? Are you just going to see a line of Chevys, Fords, Toyotas because you can't push someone else? If that happens, and if manufacturers become such a role in like these kind of races, then super speedway racing will be dead.
Which will be sad.
100%.
Yeah. No. So what exactly was his punishment, or is it just he is being punished?
He didn't say what he said. Like, they were not happy, and he said it'll affect him next year.
Okay, so that's like you were first on the pecking order. You're now third or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not getting as much sponsorship or helpful dollars from them or something. Or
But so was this an
something like
interview
that.
where he said that, or
yeah,
what
I'm
was...
trying to see where. I'm gonna try to find out if I can see where it was. 'Cause I remember I saw it somewhere on there. But yeah.
He fell all the way back to 7th. That's surprising.
Also, we should probably talk about the other issue in NASCAR
What's
right
that?
now.
What's
The one
that?
that's everyone's losing their minds about.
What, Mexico?
What's that?
Oh no, a Ford's tendency to fucking fly.
Oh yes, the
Oh.
Josh Berry cleared for liftoff.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So
it is
that's
getting a little concerning that's what, 2 cars in 2 weeks
3
that have
cars in
taken
2
off?
weeks.
Or 3 cars in 2 weeks, sorry, that have taken
Yikes.
off. Because
Yeah.
I can't remember who was talking at this point on the broadcast, but they pointed out, yeah, Barry's hanging by his straps as he's flying at like 100. Well, maybe not 100, but he's going quick into the inside barrier, and all he's being protected by is his straps. So how do we prevent the cars from flipping over this
Well, that's
often?
also the debate you have of like the grass versus the like paid runoff, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's better. Because who was it last year? It was Priest that got absolutely fucked in the grass. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Exact same thing happened. Same thing. Same Ford. Same fucking team. Guy gets up, digs in, flips. Now they didn't have anything to dig in and flip, so he just went for a ride upside down and hit the wall. Arguably, the riding on the pavement and hitting the wall is actually safer, and NASCAR just justified their entire what they did in like the season where they tore up the entire grass in the backstretch and just laid pavement down there. In that one crash, they're like, "Yep, we did the right thing." But there's an element of, okay, well, maybe we either have to be ready for cars to go over because they can, and weird shit happens. You can do all these things to force a car on the ground, but at the end of the day, shit happens. Guys can get hit. Guys can get lifted in certain ways that air catches in ways that it never was designed or supposed to.
Yep.
We've seen this before in every series. So what are you going to do? Arguably, I don't think there's a whole lot to do. The cars are pretty fucking safe. They can take a good hit. I mean, maybe you have to reduce the amount of skirt on the car, maybe, so you can get more air under the car and less over it to create that lift, to create that pressure zone. So again, try to cut away the sides. You might lose your downforce in the car, which actually could be fucking amazing. Well, I'm just saying. But hey, NASCAR's going to do NASCAR things. They're going to go back and fix it, and we're going to probably forget about this until, I don't know, Talladega, Daytona, next time a car flips, which might be a year from now, might be a few weeks. We'll see.
We'll see.
Time will tell.
And I have Retzlaff's quote here, by the way.
Okay, I was gonna say I found it too, so go for it.
You go for it. I talk enough as it is.
Oh, okay. So, this was on Parker Retzlaff live on track. When asked about the end of the Daytona Cup race, he was lined up fourth in a Chevy. That's just going through it. Parker says he won't get into any consequences he suffered. There's the cat. Any consequences he suffered as a result, but says it's not what he wanted to happen, but he wanted to put himself and his sponsors on the map and give himself a chance to win in his second ever Cup start.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where he's getting into trouble, because at the top of this, it's Retzlaff's spotter told him, do not push that 21 to a win. So he's ignoring team orders is what Chevy has the issue with. Jesus Christ, this cat.
The silver game sits still.
Yep. So it's the fact that he's defied what his spotter said. Put the goddamn cat down.
He's being annoying. I'm sorry.
He
He wanted in here. He wanted in here, so he's dealing with the consequences.
No, just yeet him.
He was meowing. It was really annoying. But yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh,
But yes, that is the basic breakdown of the Retzlaff consequences.
Well, I can understand the team being upset, or like Chevy being upset if he ignored team orders or ignored what his spotter was saying. So I could kind of understand that.
But it's purely just don't push the 21 to a win. Basically, don't race.
Yeah, that's also true.
So.
Lame.
Lame.
Yes.
Yeah, it's lame.
Yes. So. Again, in the end, Kyle Busch can just be better.
Yeah, maybe
It's as
don't
simple as
be in
that.
the position to miss the playoffs and suck all year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just retire instead of going to RCR.
Yeah. So you had, who is it? You had Harrison Burton, Parker Retzlaff, and the 42. The 42, who's John Hunter Nemechek.
Is that the outside
those
line?
three.
Is that the outside line?
That was the outside line.
Damn.
And that beat out Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, and who was in the 15 this week? I think it was Kaz Gralla? Probably. So, I mean, if you said it's a pushing contest, which line is going to win, I know which line I'm betting on.
Yeah, same.
You also had Keselowski behind Gralla.
Wow.
So, again, just be better.
Don't put yourself in that position.
Yeah, maybe win a race early. Because, what was it? Busch, well, so to be fair, Busch got taken out at Darlington, so whatever. That's going to happen. But again, if it's coming down to the second last race of the year, which is a super speedway, and that's what we're banking on for a win.
Well, he's got one more chance because he's got next week or this week coming up. What's it, Darlington?
Back to Darlington.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes. But as you mentioned earlier, I think that's a good time to segue to the other big NASCAR announcement this week.
That they're going to Mexico. I was wrong. It was Riley Herbst that was pushing. Not the 15s had 3 different drivers this year. So Or sorry, Cody Ware. Jesus Christ.
He's still allowed to racing?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Okay. But yeah, so Mexico for NASCAR. They're going to be racing at what's it called?
I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I'm trying to say it off the top of my head from like how many names are in this thing, and I'm just going to pull it up and read it instead. If it loads. There we go. So, NASCAR is going to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City, also known as where the F1 Mexican Grand Prix is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be racing a full points-paying championship event outside of the United States for the first time since 1958.
Wow.
Yes.
Is this actual progress for NASCAR?
Honestly, it's a great move by NASCAR. I think this is fantastic.
It is.
It's a track they should be going to. That's
Yeah.
I'm a little annoyed they're not doing Bowmanville, but okay, fine.
Or Montreal or
Yes.
other options. Yeah, like the frustrating thing with NASCAR is you're going to race twice at multiple tracks, but we can't take one of those events away and put it somewhere else.
That's exactly what they did, though. They decided we're going to take away another Richmond race because that didn't go so well this year, that second one. And we're going to go give it to Mexico, which, again, is one of the biggest cities in North America. You're bound to have a large racing contingent or a contingent there of racing fans that are going to come out to this race, whether it's in the road course at F1 races or some kind of modification. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I think this could be a really good event, and I'm actually excited for a NASCAR race that's some gimmicky bullshit, because I think this could be really fun.
We can hope.
One can only hope.
Yeah. And how about this for some fun? Because this has been a lot of news lately. How about we put Max Verstappen in one of the cars that's like the Project 91 or one of those cars, and we see what happens.
Honestly, would fucking love to see that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like actually that would be so much fun. That would be a good charity event.
Yeah.
So
I love bringing up my fun fact on this that actually, like, I knew this fun fact, but I also see the NASCAR article on this actually stole this. Well, they knew it also. So the last time NASCAR did a international event was 1958.
Yep.
Do you know where that event was?
No.
Last time they did a race outside of the United States, it was 58.
Buddy, that's 40 years before we're born.
I know. Anyway, that race actually was held at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto.
Okay.
Oh.
Also,
Wow.
the race where Richard Petty made his pro top level debut was in Toronto.
Hmm.
Even more reason to race in Canada, jackasses.
I'm looking at any series at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so NASCAR is out here making moves that make sense. That's probably good for growing the series. Not too difficult to set up. Took them maybe a year. And then there's IndyCar, who has your most popular driver being Mexican. Has said, oh yeah, we're looking to do international events for, I don't know, 20 fucking years at this point.
How old's their chassis again?
Older than that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Don't hold your breath.
I mean, the chassis is only, 12 years old? But it feels like it's fucking forever.
Yes. But at least they can go to Portland now.
It was an
They can
okay
do the
race.
they can do the Midwest / West, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no. The
So
NASCAR schedule compared to like F1 just puts, or sorry, the NASCAR schedule compared to IndyCar just puts IndyCar to shame. Like it's bad. I'm just gonna send this to you. Actually, it's NASCAR chasm. It's bad. But anyway, so here we are. NASCAR making moves, IndyCar not. IndyCar on the bright side has a fun championship fight this year.
yeah,
Mhm.
after this weekend,
Yeah, it
can
was
hope.
very interesting results.
The cat was on the keyboard.
Tooth.
Tooth thoughts now.
He has no thoughts. You know how he works.
Yes, his brain is the size of a peanut.
Very much so. But yeah, so IndyCar had Portland this weekend. You had Will Power pull out a very dominant win. Very good fight between him and Palou the entire race, but Power was the better driver, which is good considering how the previous week went.
Still 54 points back, but closer.
Yeah, but we have 3 ovals to go.
Yep.
2 of those races, Will Power has already raced there before. Palou has never.
Joseph Newgarden will win and just
Honestly,
ruin it for everybody.
At this point in the IndyCar Championship, who would you put your money on? Palou or Power?
Oof.
I think you have to take the points in the bank below. Just because ovals, you've seen what can happen if you're just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And I think that plays more into Palou's hand where you can say, you don't need to make any aggressive moves. We just need to, it's because this is sort of the point that came up if you move to a non-playoff format or non-win-and-in format for NASCAR where, well, you're just going to get guys going out there. Yeah, we collected points today. That's a good thing. That's all we wanted. But like, this is what you do when you have a lead is just play safe, get your points, let the other guy make the aggressive moves that could wreck him.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it's all because if Palou was a complete slouch on ovals, like he's always 20th or somewhere 15th to 20th, somewhere in there, he's not scoring points. Yeah, you got to race a little more aggressive, but he'll still do well. You just don't need to make moves that will go for the win.
That's fair.
Necessarily.
It'll be amazing.
that's fair.
Like, actually amazing. I want this to happen if the first race at, it's Milwaukee, right? 2 races at?
Yes.
First race
They
there.
end in Nashville.
Yeah. Palou gets taken out in the first race. Power wins. Immediately cuts the gap. Then we have a 2-race shootout on ovals where they can just go back and forth, and we could have a very exciting, organic final Game 7 moment for the IndyCar Championship. It's almost
That
like
would be
it's like
fun.
what NASCAR wants to produce artificially, just happening, and when it happens, it's more fucking exciting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if Palou does wreck out, you will have a couple cars that could, if they do well, jump into the points and jump back into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Erda's 70 points back, but so say Palou bounces all the way out and he's getting like 5 points, and all of a sudden Herta makes up 45 points. Makes things a lot more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like, if only IndyCar just still had, like, double points for the final race, that'd be so... I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But yeah, it is... IndyCar is shaping up to be a very good finale, and I'm excited the last 3 races are ovals because...
Yeah.
IndyCar's oval package has been really fucking good. Like, minus that Iowa race that NASCAR butchered the track for.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you can at least chalk up to something happened to the track and it's no longer a viable option.
Yeah.
Or not as viable.
No, That'd be sick.
What's
Hey,
that?
Richmond now has an open date midsummer. IndyCar.
There you go.
Richmond.
There you go.
Ooh.
Did they ever confirm they were going to Richmond? Because I remember they were talking about it, but
I don't believe so. No.
ugh, it's fine. But yeah, oh, I kind of want to see Power win. I'm not gonna lie. Not that I'm not tired of Pillow always winning, but I think Power winning would be nice and kind of cement
No, I
him
think it'd be a
as.
good story.
But he just won the championship like what, a year or two ago?
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's well,
No,
Pillow,
it'd be good
Power,
to see.
Pillow. Honestly, it's impressive to see how good Power has been the last few years at his age.
Yeah.
It's the same thing you saw a couple years ago with Scott Dixon. Like, again, like that mid-40s apparently is your prime IndyCar.
That's the age. The peak.
You rapidly go downhill after that, but like look how many guys are still competitive in IndyCar in their late 30s, early 40s. It's honestly impressive compared to a lot of the other sports out there. Like F1, you'll never see a guy in his 40s. Besides Alonso.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's one right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe and one on the cusp.
That's fair. But I just don't see many guys surviving that long.
No, your generational talents will have to
Essentially.
make it.
Yeah.
Whether you consider Will Power generational talent, you can argue Dixon definitely is
Yep.
one of the greatest of all time. So, but yeah,
Yeah. Also, Dixon's fucking wreck. Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
yes, him and
Oh.
Pietro, because Pietro was just getting into it with everybody.
No, it wasn't Pietro's fault at all.
No, I'm saying he did also have another penalty later in the race.
Oh yeah,
where
fair enough.
so, but it's bad when the guy who got taken out has his moment of anger, but the moment of anger is directed at someone else for something that happened earlier in the lap, and then in the interview he says that was a penalty. That shouldn't be a penalty.
Yeah.
So,
He literally said it should have been Kirkwood that got penalized,
yep.
not Fittipaldi, because Kirkwood basically forced off Dixon. Dixon goes back on the road, rejoins in a dumb way, and just gets punted by Fittipaldi, who had nowhere to go. He really had nowhere to go.
He was going over the curbs. I don't even think he had all four wheels on the ground
Yeah.
at that point.
Again, he had unavoidable contact.
Mm-hmm. It's always interesting listening to the commentary group
Yep.
because Hinchcliffe is once again the odd man out, saying, "I don't think that's a penalty."
Hinch is the fucking best commentator.
He is so good. I love listening to
love
his
Hinch in the
commentary.
booth. I cannot fucking stand Townsend.
Ugh.
Oh, look, here comes Ferrucci. Wow, look how great of a job he's doing. Shut the fuck up.
To be fair, Ferrucci actually had a decent weekend.
Honestly, yes, he did. But, like, again, it's like that scene in Mean Girls. Stop trying to make Ferrucci happen.
Yeah.
The IndyCar fan base, especially
Amen.
a lot of the ones under the age of, like, 35, are not jumping on that Ferrucci bandwagon.
No.
He has quietly had a impressive season because where's he right now? He is currently 10th, which if you told me he was going to be a top 10 driver this season, I would have been like, what the fuck are you smoking? Can I have some?
Not gonna lie, honestly, yes, he has had a very good season. He is not a total schlep of a pay driver. He does have some talent. He had to get, somewhere. But when you're getting fucking all the technical data from the top team, yeah, you should be good. Looking at you, Stingray. Where's Stingray at?
Not as good.
Is that so?
We'll just leave it at that. Not as good.
No, I want to call him out completely. Fuck. He's ahead of Kiffin. Okay, fine. He's 19th.
Barely, but he is.
Yes. Okay, just
Yes,
looking
Ferrucci's-
at the fucking drivers for IndyCar this year is ridiculous. Taylor, without looking, how many drivers have there been in IndyCar
This season,
this season?
Yes.
31.
You're not even
No.
close.
Really?
Add 12.
43? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
wait,
been a
does
lot.
that also count like all of the people who? Oh right. Okay, this also counts everybody who did the like Daytona or not Daytona, Indy 500.
That's right.
So
Yep.
okay.
So 43 different drivers have raced in an IndyCar race this season.
Wow, that's a lot.
So many. I'm just laughing mostly at the fact I'm looking up at Ferrucci's season, and the one race that was bad was at Indy,
Was the 500?
but it was on the road track. He finished
Oh.
8th in the 500.
Yeah, the road course.
That's fair. Honestly, it's really
If you-
impressive how much like this season has just like what has
Blown
happened.
by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you go be like, okay, who actually raced this year? It's a hilarious amount of names.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like IndyCar is that series where we always get like a really nice finish and like it kind of like it's tense up into the last like few races and it's like so nice to kind of have that. Even though I feel like we're getting that this year in F1, but like it's nice that it's consistently usually the IndyCar that gives us that to us.
Yes.
There is a lot more parity in almost all of the series that we're paying
Fans of.
attention to.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
That's
so you have a close finish here. McLaren should be challenging for at least one of the championships in F1 if things
Mhm.
fall fully into their favor. Maybe they have a shot at the drivers. Who knows? NASCAR has become now, we're going to get anywhere from I was going to say 11, but part of me almost wants to jump to like 13, 14, 15, 16 winners
Yeah.
Wow.
on a normal basis year in, year out. So
I cannot wait to go back through all our preseason predictions.
I know.
it's
Isn't that
bad.
going to be great?
But yes. Anyways, that's all we have for this week. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Jack Doohan's driving Alpine next year.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That did happen.
That happened.
We knew that was coming though. That was like so out of the bag before the bag was even signed.
It's official. Catherine Legg is back in the 51 at Milwaukee this weekend.
I think she should just finish the season for.
At this point, she
Yeah.
probably will, but at the very least, she's getting 2 of the races. So, and then I think honestly, the most surprising driver news: Ed Carpenter has actually stepped aside from oval racing
Yes.
in IndyCar.
Yes.
Wow.
We were
Yeah.
talking about this last night, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, Christian
Hey,
Rasmussen, given the final 3 races on the oval, I cannot
Wow.
believe it. He did the thing we've been
Yeah.
saying forever. He got off
Yeah.
the pot.
He actually did. Wow.
Yeah, if you wonder why the younger guys don't stick around in your team, it's because they don't get to drive full time and do the ovals.
Yeah.
Put a part-time
Yeah.
car in, Ed. Just either put some extra money down for yourself or
Just do Indy. Just
Yeah.
do Indy.
just do Indy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm really impressed by Ed Carpenter doing that. And honestly, I think it's a great call. Let Rasmussen do it. He had a great result. Didn't he have a good result at... no, he didn't. No, I'm thinking of Lundqvist had a good result. But let him finish the season. Let him get the experience. I wonder if that means he's also looking to have him finish the season because VK might be out at the end of the year.
Maybe.
So, we'll
But yeah,
see.
like Christian Rasmussen's So, like, because here's the problem: if VK is out and you're stuck with just Rasmussen as your full-time driver, he has one oval race in an IndyCar
Yeah.
this season. That's it. He does it. It's not like he doesn't, because he raced for Andretti and he raced for Dale Coyne with HMD in Indy Lights. So it's not like he has zero, but you want him to drive in the IndyCar in the equipment he's going to be
big
driving.
Boy seats.
Yes.
That's fair.
So, yeah, give him a couple extra turns.
How did he do it, Indy? Okay, he was 12th
He was
this
12th.
year. Okay.
He was quick. I'm pretty sure, was he not close to the top 12? I don't remember. Where was he? I thought he was up there at certain points.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I hope he does well.
Never mind.
When's
He was
Milwaukee?
8th,
2
bro.
weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks.
I have no idea. I'm checking.
Yes. Not this week, next week. Or no, it is this weekend. August 31st and September 1st.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh,
Yep.
it is this weekend. Wow.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we have
Okay.
another triple header. Yay.
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 Actually, I guess technically a quadruple header because there's 2 races in Milwaukee. So
Yeah.
And Taylor's going to
True.
watch none of it because she's at the track doing NASCAR.
Trans Am.
Oh, no, NASCAR's there.
I know it is.
Panties is back. Have fun. Sucker. Anyway, on that wonderful note, thank you very much for listening to this episode. We'll be back next week. And please, if you can, give it a like, give it a subscribe, share us around, tell everyone, do all the things.
Tell your cat.
Exactly. Tell your cat, tell your dog, tell your newborn children if they understand it yet. I don't know. And we'll be back next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN, and on TikTok at Spare Parts Pod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.